Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. On this episode, we are going to be evaluating this Mega-Construx Pokemon Charizard. Before I go any further, if you're not familiar with my channel here, I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but not always. Other products as well, such as this. And I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works, such as movies, video games, and cartoons. And because the model kits and construction kits can be long, I have timestamps in the details and along the bottom here that you can use to navigate and see what you want to see the most, or to use as bookmarks to come back at a later date and finish what you missed. So, Mega-Construx. First time doing a Mega-Construx video. Okay. Won't be my last either. So, I am a semi-Lego purist, just for the information. Idea of this channel is also to compare things other than Lego with Lego, so Mega-Construx is definitely one of those things. So yeah, don't be surprised to seeing this more. Now I am a semi-purist, like I said. I will not mix these with my Legos or anything like that. Everything stays separate, but I do like Mega-Construx for the most part. I have not actually put a set of them together quite a while. I think since they were acquired from by Mattel. I have not gotten a set from them since they've been acquired by Mattel. And they were Mega Blocks before, now they're Mega-Construx. So yeah, this will be interesting. There's a story about, well, Charizard is my favorite one, and I wanted to kind of get this anyways. And then we went to our local Walmart one time, and we saw them on the shelf, the brand new item, and like, oh cool, they were all on clearance. Like, what? Somebody made a boo-boo, because they probably didn't, they were not in the modular currently, and they didn't notice that they were new mod. There's new merchandise that comes in, tends to sit in the back until they reset things out on the floor. Somehow they didn't pay attention and thought this was old stuff and put it out there. And I ended up getting, as I said, oh, I haven't said it yet, but I ended up getting this for $7 on clearance. I'm like, yes, yes please. It's my favorite Pokemon, one of my favorite Pokemon. Sure, why wouldn't I? But we're going to look at it today. I'm interested in putting it together and see how Mega-Construx has moved along. Let's get down to the stats on this big boy here. Big flaming boy. So it's for ages 8+, 8 and up. Actually, why don't we look at that screen thing again? That's the front. You see it's Mega Blocks. This is the clearance sticker. Sorry, I got it. Oh, which way is it facing? Yeah, this way. It's $7. They put it right over the Mega-Construx sign, and I didn't want it. I peeled it off because I didn't. Wanted you to be able to see that. And then the back. Yeah, I got pictures of some other sets here. I don't know if we'll get more of these. Charizard's my favorite. It's like this came out, we got this, and then they came out with a 3-pack with the full evolution, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of want that, but I already got a Charizard. So I don't know if I'll get that. But it also comes with this Pokeball pin, I guess. I don't know, we'll find out when we open it. But yeah. Okay, back to its stats. Yes. It's for ages 8+. It's product ID GWY77. Not a straight up number, it's a mix of letters and numbers. Mega-Bloks does that, Mega-Construx. And I will be using the names interchangeably. Please forgive me. I know it's Mega-Construx now. But for a long time they were Mega-Bloks, and they'll get mixed up in my mouth. So I purchased it for $19.97 at our local, well, no, the original price was $19.97 at our local Walmart. Now I've looked on Walmart.com, and I'll leave a link down in the description, of course, and where they have it for $15.72. I don't know if it's a markdown price or what. It doesn't quite sound like a clearance price, but it's a bit of a weird price. So you can check it out there. I'm sure other places have it as well. Obviously not the Lego site where we usually go. Target also carries Mega-Construx as well. I might look that up and put that down in the description as well, a couple links. But I'm not sure what they're selling it for at the moment. I just kind of found where I purchased it and wanted to see if they had it online too, so I could, you know, point you in that direction if you were interested. So yeah, we'll find out more information later. But let's go put this fiery beastie together. Before I show you the box contents, I thought I'd show you the box, because this has a really neat box. Now, it was taped here and here, which you can easily just slit the tape, and then you flip it over like so. Doing this one-handed, I didn't really get my stand, but you pull out these flaps, both sides, like so, and then you can just open it up like that. Looks like candy corn in there. And you can use the box for construction, I think. It's pretty rigid, although not on all sides. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. We have the contents of the box here. We got a nice large looking, but not too thick instruction booklet. We have several bags over here. Some of them have some really fancy printing on it, but there are no numbers, so it does not look like this is divided up in steps. And we are gonna probably look at the pieces all in one go, since there's no point in dividing it up into steps. No way to tell, although I wonder if there is. But yeah, looks a lot like candy corn with the orange and yellow. I'm not doing these bags in any particular order. This was the biggest bag. It is the first one I'm recording. So let's take a look at these. There's some interesting pieces, like these quarter round pieces. And then there's some same old, same old. We have 1x2s in orange, 1x2s in yellow, except they have hollow studs. I don't know if there's a reason or what, but they do. We have a whole bunch of single stud pieces, some stud on side pieces in red, these interesting little bracket pieces. We have these, some kind of ball joint hinge, and which I think go along with this, and these. Interesting to see how these put together. Some good old 2x2s. Some of these curved slope type pieces. These are interesting. I think they're supposed to be like the studs on side pieces that we get with Lego, except they don't have a little plate extending out. They're just the studs that rise up. kind of interesting. I have quite a few 1x3s with hollow studs. And here's some other studs on side. Bricks, which are more typical. But yeah, there's a lot of different pieces with these. I'm curious how they do them, especially those weird studs on side pieces. And how these joints and stuff work together. That's the first bag. Here is the next bag, and really strange pieces here. These aren't too dissimilar to some we have in Lego, but some of them are a little bit different shaped. We have these, which I believe they're specially molded pieces for this set for his wings. Got some other larger roundish pieces. More hinge pieces and stuff. We got these weird looking things. Tiles and things. Everything's orange. Charizard is orange. Although I kind of expected a brighter orange. This looks really pale. We'll see how it looks like when it's all together. But I am quite surprised. I expected a lot more larger pieces. But there is a lot more to the build looking at all these pieces. Of course, makes sense. It's over 200 pieces. Here is our third bag, and there is some strange pieces in here, like these. There's also more of these strange studs on side pieces, including tiles with drop-down studs, so to speak. We also have these, which are double-sided studs, essentially. Some of these weird things with these rods off the sides. These are probably some kind of claw piece or something. This is a very interesting plate. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it also looks like it was welded together or something. But the studs are also offset from the 2-piece to the 3. They're not lined up. It's weird. We have some transparent orange pieces here. Mounted tiles. Some of these are pieces we've seen before. Lego. This just single little bracket thing. Oh, we got 2 of them. That one got away from me. Didn't see it over there. Another one of these curved plates. And that's it for that bag. Weird pieces. At least compared to regular Lego using. On to the 4th bag, and the largest of the printed bags with weird printing on it. We have printed parts in here. Maybe that's why. We got the Pokeball that goes on the pin, which the pin looks just like a brick, and you poke the brick through your whatever you want it to attach to. Kind of strange. But there's Charizard's face. It's printed there, and the lower jaw is also printed, just the teeth. Transparent orange flame for his tail, and lots of little claws. What's really interesting is this is in the membrane part of the wing. I was wondering if it was a cloth or something, and it appears to be some kind of rubber material. I'm not going to take it out of here because I'll take it out when I actually put it on. And there's 2 of them, one for each wing. Nice, clever way of packaging it. But yeah, I was not expecting that. I was maybe, well, like I said, a cloth or maybe some kind of vinyl or something, but it's not. It's a rubber type substance. So we got one more bag to go. This is the smallest bag, the smallest printed bag, whatever you want to call it. It's the last one anyways. We have some really strange pieces here. They're double-sided 1x3 hollow studs. We have some flame pieces. That'll be nice for his flame brother. Some rounded dome pieces. Hinge pieces. More hinge pieces. More hinge pieces. And another weird double-sided hinge piece. Yeah, both sides. And we also have these weird things. I don't even know what to call them because I'm not even... They're guess studs on the side, except I don't know. They look like roller skates, I know that. But they're hollow inside, like that. There's no studs on top, but they're not smooth on top. I don't know. These are really strange looking pieces. But we'll see how it goes together. It's going to be interesting and fun. Okay, here's our wild Charizard that has appeared. No, I don't want to do the full review, but let's check out his... he's got quite a few joints there, ball joints, all over this thing. Got one in the ankle. Fully posable foot there. And he's got one in the leg, no knees, but he practically has no knees because it's like squatted down. There are a ball joint here in the shoulder and in the elbow. Nothing in the wrist, although they do spin. You can do a drill claw. Yeah, both sides. His neck goes back and forward. Doesn't have a tendency to pop up. I think it bumps up against this one piece here in the front too much. And if they had, like, I don't know, shortened that a little bit, maybe put a curved piece in there, to have a little bit more posability in the neck, or the lower neck, because his head also bends considerably, and it's a, can't see it pops off again, likes to bump up against the one piece. But head moves around considerably, and his jaw opens and closes. The fire can be removed. Got some nice detailing with the paint on his face. The wings, oh, the wings are so nice. They're made out of this rubbery stuff, which it's kind of like these jelly rubbery stuff. It's kind of weird, but it's super flexible and it looks really nice. There's a joint here and then a joint at the base, and it's a ball joint. You can move it around to some extent, not too much because it's got the sides that it bumps into, but there's enough movement to get quite a few poses out of that. Ball joint there as well. All the joints are ball joints. The tail here, which is really nice, and they did a little bit of nice designing here because there's actually two joints in there, and the reason being was when he's standing kind of erect, or like a, well, I guess I'll put him up there and it's spinning, his tail goes directly out like that, which you want it to do. But when he's flying, you want it down, and the whole thing slides down with the two joints. The one is more for wagging the tail, and the bigger one is for moving the whole tail down, so he can get a nice flying appearance like that. And he's quite zoomable. And then there's multiple ball joints all the way down the tail. Transparent part here for this little flame at the end. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, he's the tail thing is really good for changing his position. And these joints in the leg really don't help too much, but they do offer some posability. Probably, well, that's partially because the tail is dragging. Can't really get him standing on one leg. But those legs are so short they can't do much with them. But the, you know, being able to twist him back so when he's flying, his legs are back, or, you know, in the air for the most part. Looks really nice. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to fly off now. Give him a final review. Bye-bye. Back here at the desk and just giving you my quick thoughts before we do the final eval. And I really like this. And not just because he's my favorite character. Going before just getting it, looking at the box, I was thinking to myself, there's probably not a lot of building to this. There's a lot of large pieces that are put together. Kind of like a 4+ set for those, you know, who are more familiar with Legos and stuff. But I was pleasantly surprised. First, just opening the box and seeing all the pieces. I should have known better anyways. There's a piece count's like some 200 pieces, which is definitely not a bunch of large pieces put together. So that was very surprising. And actually putting together, it was a very different build. And I had fun putting together, and it's a fun figure to play with as well, which we'll talk all about that later in the, you know, final eval. But overall, yeah, I had a good time with this. I like it. There's one weak spot that could probably be easily fixed multiple ways. But other than that, I really don't have too much issues with that. And we'll talk a little bit more details as we go on. So, starting with appearance. This thing looks really good. My only complaint was, well, maybe the fire effect is kind of wonky on his mouth. It doesn't look too bad. It looks more like lightning for some reason. But that's not the main center point of the model. My biggest issue is the horns on the back of the head. They just feel like they're at the wrong angle. It looked like the instructions had them curving down, so I curved them up, and I think they look a little bit better that way. But his horns, I'm pretty sure, just jut straight back from his skull, which that's really my only nitpick with the appearance. He has like these drill claws, but really that's kind of what they are if you look at the design closely. There's not like, you know, a smaller thumb or like that. They all look about the same size and in a bit of a triangle circle type thing. So that's just what it looks like for real. They did a good justice to the original material, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, there's a few studs showing here and there. If it wasn't for them, it just would look like a plastic Charizard toy. So I think they did a good job. So as far as appearance goes, oh yeah, and these wings look really nice. They're made of a rubber, so even when you're like flying around, they'll sometimes vibrate a little bit. It looks like wind's going over them. It's kind of cool. If you have them taut enough, you kind of gotta, you know, make sure they're bent just right, posed just right. So as far as appearance goes, yeah, it easily got a 10. They knew what they were doing. They were trying to stick to the source material, and they did a pretty darn good job of it. Any appearance things I have a problem are really little tiny nitpicks, and overall it looks good. From a distance you can tell it's a Charizard. Even up close it looks like a Charizard. Now for function, it's, you know, posable. That's primarily it. I did like what they did here with the tail to make it adjustable for standing more upright or flying vertically. They did a little bit of work there, and it made it look nice and function good. All the joints work pretty well. They're ball joints everywhere, so there's plenty of range of movement. There's no just regular one-directional joints. The only weak spot is around the neck. where things bump around too much, and yeah, the neck tends to pop off easy. This could probably easily be fixed, but not going to worry about that now. But there's nothing amazing here. There is a little bit of problems with the neck, just a little bit, with it being on the weaker side. And because of that, I gave function a 9. It's definitely not terrible at all. It works really good. The joints all over are nice, making this a very fun playable set, which leads us into fun. Yes, it is a very fun playable set, and fully posable. There's zoomable when you have them airborne, and you know, just the right angle, and you can pose them in different positions, including moving his arms around with elbows as well. He doesn't have knees, but he's got short, stubby, fat legs. Don't really need him, especially to make him look standing in his iconic poses and stuff. And even flying, you just kind of pull him back, and he'd be tucked under him anyways. So, you know, not a big deal there. So I did take kind of a point off, and this is, it gets kind of silly, but there's nothing to play with him. Like if there's another Pokemon, so you can have a Pokemon battle or something, that would improve things. I know they have a 3-pack evolution pack where they have his full evolution line. There you got something more to play with, even though why would the, you know, be fighting their own kind, but it's something more to play with. This, you only have one single toy. So it's just getting a point off for that, but it's not that big of a deal. So it got a 9 for fun. Now, technique. This is a bit hard because this was a very different build. And it's been a while since I've put a Mega-Blox set together, or Mega-Construx set. Mostly they've been, they were like Halo sets or Destiny sets, stuff like that. This has a lot more joints because it needs joints. It's a living creature. It needs more joints. And although I have put one of the little Pokemon together, come to think about it, it had a lot of joints and stuff too. But they have designed their own system. Like Lego has their Mixel pieces and parts and stuff. They work good, but they've taken that type of concept to the next level with these. I mean, this is not a big set, not really big. It looked bigger with the box and all, but when you get down to it, it's not that big of a toy, and it uses all these joints and stuff to move, and the parts and stuff they use to integrate all that is really nice and works great. It makes this amazing creature, you know? So, but the thing is, do I count that as good function, or is that just good design with their product to begin with, not the actual set design? And there are bricks in here, even though you can't really see them too much. They're embedded in deep. And to be honest, when I was putting this together, I felt like I was more putting a model kit together than a Lego set. Now, I partially consider Lego sets models anyways, but this was even more so. Like, you're putting these strange parts that are designed specifically to go into a particular area, and it's not just click, click, click brick building, even if it's click, click in a special way. This is, like, it has this whole second creature building system with the joints and everything that's integrated into with the brick building parts. I almost said Lego parts, which they're not, which makes it unique and interesting and kind of refreshing compared to all the Lego sets I've put together, and kind of fun. But do I consider it, you know, I'd have to get more of these to really give a good judge of this, and I might get more. Can I really give it a good high grade for technique, I don't know. Now, my one complaint is with that neck, and it's getting pretty much a point off for that, but that's it. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to give a point off for that. I was just going to give it a 9 anyways, because I really don't know if there's good techniques here or it's just good system design that they've built into alongside the regular brick building. So yeah, I gave this a 9. I might bump it up to a 10 if there's, you know, I put more of these together and realize that this was exceptional. But if it's like par for the course doing this stuff, which I'm guessing it probably is because it feels like it's its own system, then 9 probably is going to stick around. Because it's just a normal set, nothing outrageously amazing. I did like how they took in account for the tail being into multiple positions and putting a double joint in there so you can really move it good. I press too hard. I can't see it too good I'm kind of in the shadow looking at it because the light's in front of me. But we'll fix that later. His tail's going to be on the ground for now. But, so, take all that up, you get to 37. Yes. You know, 37. I'm doing it in my head. 37 divided by 4. Anyways, you get a 9.25, which we then upgrade. Round up to a 9.5. So that is the grade. Now, moving on to price. As you saw in the beginning, I got this on sale for what? I think it said $7. Yeah, $7, which was a great price. Don't expect that, but do, you know, keep your eyes out for things changing in the store, and sometimes they do stupid things. People don't know what they're doing. They don't. It just happens because people aren't familiar with departments and they work in different departments and whatnot. But you never know, you could get a good deal, like I did. But even still, this is a decent set, price-wise. The price that it was given when I went to buy this was $19.97, and at that price, you take that divided by, you know, what was it, 202 pieces, you get a 10 cents per piece price, which is standard, which is a good price. I went and looked it up online on the website, and on Walmart website, and they were selling it for $15.72. That's even better. I didn't do the math, but that's even better. So it's at least a good price. It could be an even better price. I think between $15 and $20 is a good price. Anything lower, you're talking probably exceptional. It's a good set. It's fun. It may not be your cup of tea. You may not like Pokemon, or you just, I don't know, the people that just will not touch Mega-Bloks or Mega-Construx or Creo or anything extra other. I think those that have stuck around know what they're doing now. But that doesn't mean I will mix them with my Legos. I won't, because that's partially that's my biasness, my brick racialism. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, I won't be mixing these, but I have no problems putting together and enjoying putting them together for what they are. And it's high enough quality. Like I was paying attention to the quality. Like I said, it's been a while since I put any of these together. Not super long, like maybe a year or two. So I've really put in a lot of Mega-Bloks stuff together. Now back in the day, when they first started coming out, that's a different story. Things have changed a lot since then. But the quality is there, so, and we'll talk all about Mega-Bloks later. It's an interesting story. But this is, you know, good enough quality. It can be on par with Lego. This new system is rather interesting. I would like to see something more with Lego, because you can do a lot more with smaller stuff, just like they do here, and probably most of their Pokemon line. But I'm going on and on. First, let's get the final eval done. So, yes, it's getting a G for good. It's a good set for a good price. It's getting a G for good. Now, that gives our final eval a 9.5 G. Really decent set. It's not necessarily exceptional, but although getting a set at that decent price is good. But if I remember right, Mega-Bloks tends to be cheaper than Lego anyways. I know everything's gone up some, so I don't know. And but yeah, it's decent. And you may be more interested in one of the other Pokemon because they're your favorite or whatever, or your child's favorite or whatever. They're probably going to be the same quality. So they're going to get a decent set. I might get more, and I'll do reviews if I get them, but this has been a product review and kind of a comparison review. I think these are on par with Lego, and in some aspects with this kind of creature creation system with all the ball joints and everything else, are actually a little bit better in that aspect. Please don't stone me, you Lego purists out there. I know you're out there, but that's what I think. So tell me your thoughts down below. Please comment, whether it's on this set particularly, on my video format, what's overall. Just give me some feedback, and it will help my channel. Both, it'll help me improve my channel, and two, it will help YouTube's wonderful algorithm promote my channel. Because if people are noticing, YouTube's algorithm will notice, and they like activity on the channel to do that. So, you know, give it a like if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it a lot, hit the subscribe button and notification button so you can get notified. Although I would suggest that you also follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Either one's fine, because the links are in the description. I give notifications as soon as I upload a video and get it out. YouTube can be delayed, and sometimes that can really mess with numbers when and then the video won't get promoted, and then nobody will watch it. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Please help the channel grow. There'll be other avenues to help out as well in the future. I'm working on, I keep getting behind for other things, but I'm going to be working on getting Patreon set up, and actually, I mean, I signed up. That's all I've done so far, but we'll get more. And we're up to 71 subscribers, so more subscriptions will get us higher for sure. I'm trying to get to 75 by the end of the first week of August. I don't think it will happen, but it's up to you guys to make it happen. So thanks for watching. I'm going to be signing off here, reminding you that creativity is key.